Hey guys, I thought I'd share a quick grab bag of stuff I wish someone had told me when I was starting out in photography. Keep in mind, this was before YouTube. Hell, it was even before the internet. If you wanted to learn photography at that time, which I think we're getting into the late 70s, that's when I started, you either dug through library books or you hoped an older photographer was generous enough with their time to share their tips. For whatever reason, not many were, at least in my experience. And keep in mind, this is back when film was the only option. And that meant if I was trying a new lighting technique or just any new technique, I had to finish the roll, get it processed, and then analyze the prints to figure out what worked and what didn't work. And this was, meant a lot of note taking, a lot of trial and error. All right, so here are the 5 things I wish I'd known as a beginner. All right, number 1, not all lenses are created equal. I started out with a basic 50mm lens that came with my camera. My camera was the Minolta XG7. So you can look that up if you want, but that was, at the time that I purchased it, it was kind of a sophisticated camera. I saved up my money all summer, mowed lawns, got a little help from my mom, and we were able to, afford the camera. But yeah, I only had that one lens to work with. It served me well. It got the job done. These days, kit lenses are usually 18 to 55mm zooms with variable maximum apertures, but these short to medium zooms can be very convenient. They're not the sharpest or the fastest lenses, but you can definitely make great images with them, but they do have their limitations. Number 2, fast lenses are better lenses. This is something I wish I had learned earlier on. Now, my first telephoto zoom had a maximum aperture of around f4.5, which is not ideal for low light. And I was doing a lot of, high school yearbook photography and some newspaper photography. I was shooting sports at night. I thought, hey, a telephoto lens was going to help me out. But yeah, there were some limitations because it wasn't very fast. And forget about that dreamy background blur, what we call bokeh. Just not going to get it all that well with a lens that only opens up to, f4.5. All right, so everything changed when I picked up my first 85mm with a f1.8 aperture, and then later 70 to 200mm when I got into weddings. And that was that, that fine Canon, that big white lens, that opened up to f2.8. So I was just amazed at the quality of better lenses. So faster lenses with wider maximum apertures do make a difference. All right, number 3 on the list of things I wish I'd known earlier when I was just starting out in photography. Flash isn't just a point and shoot tool. Now, I used to just slap, my flash on top of the camera, aim it straight ahead, and then wonder why it looked so bad. I mean, the lighting was harsh, the shadows were harsh. I mean, just everything just looked really amateurish when I was using flash. It wasn't until later when I learned how flash really works, and that's when my portraits started to look more professional. And yes, you can get great lighting with on-camera flash. You just need to know the right techniques. 4th on the list, and this is something that took me a while to really, sink in. Early on, I carried just about all my gear to every shoot, just in case. And that means every lens, every light, every option. And, when it comes down to it, I have to admit that's probably a symptom of insecurity for a photographer. All that gear actually just created more distractions, not so much solutions. Now these days, I just try to keep it minimal, and I let the constraints, if you want to call them that, I let these work for me. So I've got less to keep track of, and that means more time is focused on ideas and creativity, and I keep more of my focus on my subject, which tends to result in better images. Okay, the last thing on this list is I wish I had known more about the fundamentals of lighting when I started out. All right, now we all start out focusing on basically our subjects and the locations and the props and even editing. But lighting is what makes or breaks a portrait. I really wish early on I'd learned the roles of the key light and the fill light and backlight and background lights, and just gotten familiar with the 5 basic portrait lighting patterns much sooner in my career. Once I got serious about the fundamentals of lighting, my work really took off. All right, so those are a few of the things I wish I knew more about when I started off with photography. Let me know in the comments if any of this resonated with you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the link below for a free download. That's about all I've got for you right now. See you next time.